This is Jarrod Horak, and this is my latest handicapping video. And in this video, I'm going to analyze the Rags to Riches Stakes at Churchill Downs, Sunday, October 29th. This is a Kentucky Oaks 2024 points race. Now, if you're interested in my Breeders' Cup 2-day full cards at Santa Anita Park, you'll find those full cards Breeders' Cup week at the runawayhorse.com on my sales page. I've been doing these Breeders' Cup full cards for many years, had a lot of success over the years, and hopefully at a track that I cover all the time, Santa Anita Park, hopefully I'm going to have a very profitable 2023 Breeders' Cup. So again, you'll find those Breeders' Cup full cards at therunawayhorse.com on my sales page, Breeders' Cup week, or you can go over right now for details and to pre-purchase that product now. And if you're interested in reading all of my Breeders' Cup 2023 handicapping articles, you'll find all those handicapping articles in the Breeders' Cup section at todaysracingdigest.com. So just go over to todaysracingdigest.com. At the top of the website, you'll see a Breeders' Cup tab. Click that. It'll take you over to their Breeders' Cup page, and you can read all of my articles there. I covered handicapping angles for all 14 Breeders' Cup races. I covered Breeders' Cup sires to watch, jockeys, trainers, and horses to watch, and much more. And I'm going to be covering more articles as we get closer to the 2023 Breeders' Cup. And you will find all of those articles at todaysracingdigest.com in their Breeders' Cup section. And in the description in this video, I will provide links to all of my Breeders' Cup 2023 handicapping articles. And if you're interested in purchasing at todaysracingdigest.com, the complete digest for both Breeders' Cup days, which will include past performances and analysis for all of the Breeders' Cup races, you will find that annual product, and they've been covering Today's Racing Digest, specializing in Southern California racing since 1970. And they've had a lot of success over the years in the Breeders' Cup, and you will find that Breeders' Cup Complete Digest at todaysracingdigest.com, Breeders' Cup Week. And now we're going to get into the analysis of this video, and I'm going to be doing the 8th race at Churchill Downs. For Sunday, October 29th, 2023, the $200,000 Rags to Riches Stakes, 2-year-old fillies traveling 1 mile and a 16th on the main track, and the scheduled post time is 4:33 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, a Kentucky Oaks 2024 points race, and this field will begin with number 1, Candy Landy. This is a daughter of Candy Ride, and Rusty Arnold's the trainer, and Tyler Gaffleone is going to ride. She's run 2 times. She's still a maiden, even though she did cross the line first in her last start after she switched from a turf sprint, which she finished 3rd in her debut, over to a 7-furlong main track race at Churchill Downs on September 21st. And from the inside post, she set the pace, she dueled on the lead, she edged clear, she crossed the line 3/4 of a length in front, but she was placed 9th through disqualification. So she's still a maiden in here. They paid $500,000 for her. From that inside post, I would expect that she's going to impact the pace. She's going to have to run faster. Number 2, Floored, for trainer Vicky Oliver. This is a daughter of Curlin, and Luis Saez is aboard, and she's run 3 times. She was beaten 22 lengths in her debut. Second time out, she was in that Candy Landy race, and she was 32-1, and she stalked, and she finished 2nd there, and she was placed 1st through disqualification. Last time out, in a 2-turn main track race at Keeneland at 1 mile and a 16th on October 15th against Optional Claiming Company, she stalked the pace, and she finished an even 4th in a 6-horse field. She's going to have to pick up her game. The likely favorite in here is number 3, VV's Dream, for trainer Kenny McPeak. This is a daughter of Matoli, and Tappet is the dam sire. Brian Hernandez Jr. Will ride back. He's ridden her off 4 times. They paid $190,000 for her, and she has been the favorite in all 4 starts. And she's 2 for 2 at Churchill Downs. She romped in her career debut, rallying from off the pace at 5 furlongs at Churchill in May. Her second start, the Debutante Stakes at Ellis Park, she was the favorite there, but Bright Work defeated her by a half length, and Bright Work was a next out stakes winner. VV's Dream was a next out stakes winner as my top choice in the Grade 3 Pocahontas Stakes, the first Kentucky Oaks 2024 points race. That was a 1-turn mile on September 16th, and she stalked, and she took over, and she won by almost 7 lengths. Last time out, she was my top choice again in the Grade 1 Alcibiades, and they bet her down to be the favorite there. But Todd Pletcher trainee Candied was able to outfinish her in the stretch. So VV's Dream stalked. She had the lead, but Candied ran her down and won by a length, and VV's Dream was more than 5 lengths clear of the rest. She's back at Churchill Downs. As I said, 2 for 2 at Churchill, and she romped in both starts. They considered her for the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies, but they opted to go to this spot instead. West Sunset for trainer Brad Cox is a daughter of West Coast, and she's 1 for 1. In her debut at Churchill at 6 furlongs, from post 11, she rallied from 10th place, 7 lengths back in an 11-horse field to win by a neck. She was 4 to 1 that day, and Flavien Prat will ride her back in here. Good jockey trainer team. She's bred to go a bit further. She still has a lot of upside, and we'll see how she does in her first start against winners. Shimmering Allure, the second Ken McPeak trainee in here. She's run 5 times with a win and 2 second-place finishes. She was second in back-to-back maiden races at Ellis Park in Saratoga, and she missed by a nose at Ellis after having the lead in July. But then she was able to break her maiden in a 1-turn mile at Churchill Downs, post 12, stalking the pace and winning nicely by more than 2 lengths. Now, Brian Hernandez Jr. was aboard that day, but Julian Leperoux, who rode her in her 3rd career start, that runner-up finish at Saratoga, got back aboard last time in the Grade 1 Alcibiades, post 8 in an 8-horse field, broke a step slow, ended up splitting the field. So she's going to have to run better in here, but she does exit an okay effort against Stakes Company. Twirling Good Time, a Twirling Candy filly in here for trainer Phil Bauer. Rafael Bejarano is going to ride back. He was aboard in the debut, and they paid $250,000 for this one. And in that debut on September 27th at 5.5 furlongs at Churchill Downs, post 10 in a 12-horse field, she pressed outside, and she just kept edging clear after she got the lead. She was ahead by a half length, then 3.5 lengths, 4 lengths clear at the wire at 3 to 1 odds. So now she's going to stretch out in distance, and she's one that should be all over the pace in here, and I wouldn't be surprised if she was the one to catch. She had a bullet workout at Churchill Downs October 22nd, 5 furlongs in a minute and change, best of 66. Jin Jin is number 7, and the second Brad Cox trainee. Hightail is the sire. Before you know it, a stakes winner at this mile and a 16th is the dam here, and Hard Spun is the dam sire. So she's bred to go on, and she's been highly regarded because they made her the favorite in back-to-back starts. She was even money in her debut, post 9, Horseshoe Indianapolis. She stalked. She was clearly second best there. And then as the favorite last time out at 7 furlongs at Churchill, she was able to get out there and be part of a slow pace. It was a slow early, fast late event, and she edged clear, and she won by more than 2 lengths. Stretching out after 2 sprints is a good angle, and I would expect this filly, based on that pedigree and the connections, certainly should have every opportunity to handle this added distance. So certainly VV's Dream is the one to beat, and I would not be surprised if she won. I won't pick her on top this time. I think she's going to be a low price in here. I'm going to go with Twirling Good Time, possibly wiring the field. If she can get out there, we don't know how far she wants to go. We don't know how good she is, but she earned an okay speed rating in that debut. She looked good winning, and I think if she can get out there and clear the field, control the tempo on the front end, I think maybe she'll be able to hold off VV's Dream in here. So Twirling Good Time is going to be my top choice in the Rags to Riches Stakes, and my top 4, 5, 3, 4, and 7. So I will make VV's Dream my second choice, and then the Brad Cox trainees, West Sunset and Jin Jin, round out my top 4. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you like this horse racing content. And keep checking my YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing the Grade 3 Street Scent Stakes Road to the Kentucky Derby 2024 series as my next video. And then I'm also going to be covering a lot of Breeders' Cup videos as we get closer to the 2023 Breeders' Cup. And until I see you next time, good luck at the races.